Hi everyone, Tara from Tara's Tank Friends here, and this is my shrimp tank. If you're like me, you have lots of very small tanks that need heaters, at least in the winter time, depending on what kind of animals you keep in them. The way that I learned how to figure out how many wattage of heat you need for your tank is 5 watts of heat per gallon of tank. So 10 gallons times 5 is 50 watts. You can do something like this, which is very long, is adjustable, but you can see it barely fits in my tank. You can't see, but like the bottom is touching the gravel. The heater in my shrimp tank is not plugged in right now. It is reading about 73. And it is the Aqueon preset, which is supposedly going to make this tank 78 when I do plug it in. And I'd like to keep my shrimp like maybe 72 to 76. So I was pretty excited when Hygger contacted me to see if I would test out a new heater. This is a heater that is not for sale yet. It is a 50 watt, I think it's called a Mini Titan heater. I will put the information on the screen. It is very small and it has a button on the cord here where you press to adjust the temperature, which is a nice feature that it is so small and adjustable. Hygger is really looking for some honest opinions on this heater in the comments, good or bad. Just say what you really think about it. I will show you the features, show you how it works, and if you could just be really honest in the comments, that would help out in the development of this product. Another really cool thing that I was excited about is that this cord is really, really long, which is something I think we could all use in heaters. So I have the heater laid out with a measuring tape that is just touching where the cord comes out of the heater. And you can see there's still some slack in the cord just because it's been folded up in the box for a while. And if I bring this out, I'm getting 81 inches. Here's the 6-foot mark. Here I've got the Marina heater, which is a Fluval heater next to the Hygger. Both of them have quite a bit of slack in the cords from being bundled up in the package. And here is the plug for the Fluval Marina. And here is the plug for the Hygger, which when stretched out got to 81. This can be opened up to clean the heating element. There's a little tab here on the back that you press down and you pull it apart like that. When you put it back together, I don't know if you can see, there are sort of like little hooks on here. So you want to tab those in first and then close it that way. Another nice thing here is that these suction cups are removable in case you need to replace them and if they quit sticking. So you just kind of push them through this little hole and they come out like that, and then you can just pop them back in there. And I know that that was an issue that people were having and wanted to be able to replace the suction cups on these heaters. They said you can just pop it back. There it goes. But so you clean the heating element. I asked my rep if there was like any special brush you're supposed to use, and she said no, there's really not any like specific material. So I like these nylon bristle brushes. I get packs of these brushes that come with nylon, brass, and steel at Harbor Freight for like $1, I think. The nylon ones I use the most, so you would just use it to clean any lime scale that accumulates on this rod. The brass bristle brush, I think you could probably use, and it wouldn't hurt the glass here, but this part and this part are rubber, so I would be a little bit careful around those pieces if you use that kind. And I'm sure a regular toothbrush would work fine as well. So one thing I am a little bit concerned about, that I also asked the rep about, is that there's a lot of holes that are just open on this heating housing. All these little holes here. This side, there's large holes here. And in the front, this is all completely open. And I'm concerned that small fish or shrimp are going to go in here, the heater's going to turn on, and they're not going to be able to get out fast enough. For example, I've got this breeding net in here with a pregnant female endler in it, and they swim through here, and occasionally they think they get stuck there. They're not actually stuck, as you can see. They swim right through there, and I move this little bamboo stick. There's actually quite a bit of room there, but they will start losing color and stressing out and just thinking they're stuck, and I just have to shoo them out of there. But that is why the holes in the heater concern me a little bit. I've got a pot of water. It's just cold water from the sink. This is saying it's 62-ish degrees. And we're going to turn on the heater. And I want to test what happens when it gets pulled out of the water because it's supposed to shut off. So I want to set this. Whoa. All right. Cycle through here. It thinks it's 64. Let's set it to 74. And yeah, it thinks it's 66. This is saying 62. So let's see when it heats up and what the thermometer says. All right, it's just gotten to where it's showing a green light, which means it's not heating anymore and it thinks it's 74. And I actually added a second thermometer just in case one of them wasn't reading right. So this one looks like we've got 74. And this one looks like we've got 74. Okay, so what happens when you pull it out of the water? There, it's flashing error. I don't know if it's not actually heating or not. I mean, it doesn't actually feel that hot. In fact, I can just hold it. And it's not that hot. I'm sure the element itself is pretty hot, but the plastic housing is not very hot. So I'm going to put that back in. Now, it also has a feature where if it detects that the water temperature is over 91 degrees, it will automatically shut off. When the water or environment temperature is over 91 degrees Fahrenheit, the heater will alarm. Now, that is not an audio alarm. That is just a code that flashes on the screen. So I'm not trying to be too picky, but I do think it should be reworded here because this makes it look like it's an audio alarm. Note also here that it says over 91 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not specify how much over. The plan is to fill this with hot water, as hot as it'll come out of my tap. It should be steaming. And then we'll stick the heater in it and plug it in. As you can see here, the heater gets to 96 degrees before it begins to flash the EE error code. And now it says H. Maybe that means hot. Okay, I've decided to try this experiment a different way and put the heater in cold water and set it to 91. And once it's done heating and it thinks it's at 91, I'll check the thermometer there to confirm. That seemed to agree with the heater before. So, and then I'll take the thermometer out and I will actually turn on the hot plate to get the water up just past it, because I'm wondering if it just needs more time at 92 degrees to shut off than me just dipping it in really hot water. So we'll see. It says 91. Now it says 92. I just don't want to melt the cord. And I don't know if you can see, the light on the hot plate has turned off. It is not heating, it's just trying to maintain this temperature. So here's 93. The heater is not heating, but it's also not turning off. Turn it up a little bit more. The next part is sped up for your convenience. You may also notice that I keep turning the heat up on the hot plate to raise the temperature on the heater. And this is when it started flashing. There we go. There's the EE. Hot plate has shut off. Here we have about 96 or so on there. After 3 tests, 96 degrees Fahrenheit does appear to be the shut off temperature. I think what I'm going to do to check on anybody crawling inside is just in the morning when I come down to feed the shrimp, I'm going to turn it off, feed everybody, and then take the heater out and open it up and see if there's anybody inside it. I'm really hoping not. Okay, I've just taken it out of the tank. We'll see if anyone is in here. I do think I see a snail right there. I don't know if it's showing that. Let's open it up. Hopefully there are no shrimp in here. So there's a snail here. I think it's alive. I have to put that back in the tank, and then there's a snail there. But I don't see any cooked shrimp, and the snails do seem alive. All right, let's open it up today. Snail right there. Not sure if it's still alive or not. Yeah, snails are definitely getting in it. So here are my final thoughts on the heater. I am continuing to use it in my shrimp tank. I don't know if you can see there's a green light, and it's set to 74, so it is working correctly. As I said in the beginning, this heater is still in the testing phase. I feel honored that Hygger asked me to test out this product and give and get honest feedback on it. I would like to see some kind of guard over the holes in the heater to prevent snails and smaller, less intelligent fish from getting inside it. The only reason I put it with my shrimp is that I actually feel that shrimp are a little smarter for whatever reason, but I don't think that I feel like I would trust it with fry as is. I feel that the overheat temperature is too high. Even if it shut off at 92 degrees, a lot of fish aren't going to survive that for very long, but it shuts off at 96 to 97. Ideally, I would like to be able to set an overheat temperature to my choice. I don't know if that can be done. I also think it would be great if like a small piezo transducer or some kind of sounder could be put into the switch part to make an audible alarm if it does overheat for not a ton of additional cost. Otherwise, I really, really like how long the cord is. Short heater cords are a major problem in the hobby, and I like how small it is. I could not fit one of the adjustable glass tube heaters that I have into like my 5.5 gallon, and they barely fit in my 10s. I also like that you can open it up easily to clean on the inside of it. I like that you can adjust the temperature without having to reach into the tank. And I love how these are removable so you can replace them if they wear out. In the video description is a link where you can take a look at the site for this heater yourself. I don't know how long of a warranty it will come with or if the price on the website will stay the price it retails for. Right now that is $35.99, and personally I feel like that's a little too high. However, if it had some of the other features I mentioned, I can definitely see paying that, if not a little more, as I feel at that point it would be just about the world's perfect nano heater. So please let me know in the comments, do you agree with my assessment of this heater? What features do you like and what things do you not like? What features would you like to see? Would you pay $35.99 for it as is? And I really appreciate everybody watching. I know this was a little bit of a long one. So thank you so much for your opinions and your time, and I hope everyone is having a great day. Bye.